What is walk score and how does it tie into the value of your property and your life? We'll talk about it right now. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
That was a lot of energy this morning. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
did you see that? Did you
woke
see
me
that? I just thought I'd try
Everyone
something
saw that.
different.
I think
Yes.
like people heard that from all the way in like Melbourne.
Oh, I cracked my shirt.
Too much energy.
Yeah,
You're like
I
the
didn't.
Hulk.
I just felt. I just when I did that little thing, I looked and I cracked my shirt. Like you had a
my
spare
God.
shirt in the office.
I know, that's why I chose one without elbows today. I just we're gonna have to call you the incredible Hulk Novak.
How to do that? Anyway, that's embarrassing. But there's the first time for everything.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. It was either a real ninja move or my arms are fat. I got tuck shot arms that can't fit in my shirt anymore. Yeah, or muscle.
In the gym too much.
Could have been bulking from
Oh
that.
my god.
So Nat Pat, walk score. Let's talk about walk score because you know what? It's under our nose. It's so obvious. It's so appreciated by the community, people, kids, adults, old people, everything.
Yeah. So a walk score, I think we talk about it quite often, but we haven't actually gone into what it is. And so today's probably going to be a bit interactive because so much is happening today. We'd love if you wanted to comment your suburb and we'll tell you the walk score. So your walk score is, it's a walkability score, or a walk score is how well your suburb rates on having good restaurants, cafes, like nice places nearby. It's walkability, obviously. So if there's good footpaths, if there's cyclist lanes, so good access to a whole range of different transport options to make your commute easier. And also lifestyle. So if you've got lots of parks, lots of places to exercise, if there's lots of greenery and nature, it's all these factors. And they actually, I'm looking on their website now, which I'll share my screen in a moment, but it can improve a real estate listing. It says here that you can actually put your walk score on a real estate listing on realestate.com or Domain, and that can actually increase the value of the place you're selling.
And it's interesting that you can actually do. What I just thought about is you can actually look at. You can compare. Whereas before, and why is it? Well, I guess why is it important? More important now probably than ever because people are spending more time in their houses, in their units, in their townhouses, in their properties. So where we conventionally went to work 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and we had 1 or 2 days at home, when you're at home, it was sort of like, I'm only here a day a week. I'm sort of out and about in the city, in Chatswood, wherever you may be. Whereas now people are doing a lot more days, more than half of their entire week they're spending at home. So to go for a walk around your suburb, there's just that much more emphasis on it than there was in 2019 and before.
Well, I think even looking at what were the rules in 2020 and 21, you could go for a walk. That was the one thing you were allowed to do during COVID, and everyone was going for walks. And I remember people were complaining because they were like, oh, well, the place where I live, I can't really go for a walk here. And I think that alone just shows the value in walkability scores. And so even I know when I was in lockdown, I was doing the long reef walk every day when I could. But yeah, I think even now, as you said, the flexibility of people working from home, instead of offices trying to be like, oh, let's put it here because it's a nice open space, you're looking a lot more internally now into your actual residence.
So how much do you reckon the value of your property is tying into your walk score of your property these days?
I think a lot. Well, that's one thing. If you go on any real estate listing, there'll be one line that's always about proximity to public transport or close to the beach or right next to
Always.
this national park. Always. Like it's
Good point.
you're not going to care too much about if there's a gorgeous like mansion, if it's in the smack bang middle of nowhere, or it's like where I am right now. My apartment building's next to a construction site, but it's in Fairlight, so
Yep.
you got to toss things up. But I think it does play a huge factor.
Well, it makes a mention generally that proximity to staff always makes a mention in real estate agents' ads. So, yeah, you're right. It's absolutely critical of what a walk score it is. Now, how do I find out my walk score?
So I'll share my screen. Oh, that was really like white girl. I'll share my screen. I'm sorry, everyone. It's early. All right, here we go. So you can actually look up your walk score by going online to walkscore.com. So it's very easy to remember.
White girl,
And
that's confidence, yes.
the white girl confidence. But this is actually, I was going to say, guess what the suburb in Sydney is that's got the best walk score, but I've already spoiled it because it's in the recently searched. So Haymarket has actually got the largest walk score in the Sydney area of 99.
Wow.
So that's based on its proximity to restaurants, cafes. You do not require a car to live in Haymarket. There's so many good public transport options, but it's also not bombarding the space. There's still a lot of livable space within Haymarket. It's not just overtaken by trains.
Yeah, that's cool. So what about DY?
Let's
And
have a
if
look.
anyone's got another suburb they want us to check up for them live, we can do it now.
Yes, please. So DY 74, and it's the 125th most walkable neighbourhood in Sydney. So there we go.
125 on the scale. So you know that 125th. Can you have a look at the top ones? Can you click on that?
I don't think so. Hold on. Oh, hold on. This looks like something. Let's see if we can.
What's that?
You can't look up the actual list. You have to do it manually, but it shows you what's around it. So we're beaten by Miranda.
And what's the heat map?
Well, this one here, I'll try and zoom up. This is eating and drinking. So it shows you all the eating and drinking options that DY has, which I think they're missing a little bit on the beach here. I think it should be a bit more green, especially as we've got a lot of new restaurants and cafes just on the beachfront here. But you can definitely tell the impact that the Meriton retail precinct has had on DY. Look at that big green blob in the middle.
Yeah, wow. So hang on, Red's for eating, drinking. Green's for busy.
Yeah, and then red I think is for residential areas from the looks of it. So it says DY, an average of 11 restaurants, bars, and coffee shops in 5 minutes. But that's for the whole of DY. So if you're living right in the retail precinct, it's more like 1 minute. Yeah.
You're loving it. And then as you get, what else we've got? Eating and drinking. What's the other one?
Oh, well, look, this is the main things that DY is talking about. I love this because sleep is on here. I think that's just Novak. Because our brand is We Never Sleep. So I think people are talking about Novak here because I don't think
we never sleep.
Yeah. And look, God is on here as well.
No.
But
hang on,
look,
what is a walk score? What people are talking about? Okay. Well, what happens if you write that for Pyrmont? What does it say people are talking about in Pyrmont?
let's have a look.
Pyrmont's number one. We'll come back to DY.
Oh, hold on. Haymarket.
Sorry, Haymarket.
So, what are people talking about in Haymarket? Central Station, Chinatown, lunch, food, platforms, dinner, train, Thai. I think there's a lot of culture in Haymarket in terms of like the food and the restaurants. I think you can get so many different cuisines there.
You know what? This is pretty incredible. Just for the what people are talking about, like they're the most used words, talked about words in those suburbs. If you want to know about a suburb, that's a pretty telltale. It's summing a suburb up in 10 words or 5 words.
I think this is really like a marketing, like this is such a great marketing tool for real estate agents and just for like even for the general public, because if you're moving to an area that you don't really know much about, you want to see what people are saying, and even just having
Walk
these
score it.
Yeah, walk score it. So this is the rocks up here. So when people talk about the rocks, obviously Circular Quay, they talk about the Harbour Bridge, coffee, the Museum of Contemporary Art, pancakes on the rocks. So I think this is huge. I think this is done through Twitter. So this isn't randomly just random words that they've picked up. This is actual data and market research that this website has done.
That's incredible. So if you've just tuned in, we're talking about Walk Score. If you want to know how to walk score your suburb, the website, what it offers, and the benefits and features of it. Does Haymarket translate to sales? Does the marketing translate to sales in Haymarket?
Well, I reckon if we go on realestate.com now and have a look at properties in Haymarket, I'd love to see what their selling point is. Like, do we think that they're going to say proximity to shops? Like, you're set amongst all the restaurants there? Because I think they will. I think that's a really big
100%.
selling point for Haymarket.
Yes.
So we'll look at this one. There we go. Straight away. In the heart of Chinatown, convenient access to Market City and walking distance to Darling Harbour, Darling Square, World Square and Central Station, access to modes of transport. So that's pretty much what the walk score is telling you if you look it up. But that's a whole paragraph of text there just talking about the location.
Bloody interesting. Back to Walk Score, back to DY. Sorry, I can't help myself. What else? What else are they offering in here for people to look at, for consumers to look at to help them with buying, selling, renting, or understanding their area? I really like that heat map on eating and drinking. What else have you got in there?
Yeah, we've also got, so the suburb ranking shows you the population. I think as you get into more like the areas that have a bigger population, they also go into transit score and bike score. That's probably more into the Sydney CBD location. But then they've also got, you can go directly and look at all the DY apartments for rent, which is interesting. It says for rent, not for sale. So I don't know who they're targeting there, maybe tenants. And then this little map as well, it shows you what can be accomplished by foot, I think. So it shows you the areas like if you can walk through there easily. And as you can see, DY is in all green, as well as most of the northern beaches, actually, if you look at this map. Brookvale, especially.
Walkable. And what else we got in there? Is that it?
Yeah,
that's
bottom? Pretty much it. On the bottom, we've just got links to the data and how they make it. But then I think this is a really important factor. I'd love to see, I'm going to look up Manly and see what comes up here, because I already have predictions that it'll be like the wharf, it'll be bars, it'll be the beach. So Manly's 83, the 60th most walkable neighbourhood in Sydney.
More walkable than DY.
Very walkable, like that's all in green. Same with Balgowlah and Fairlight. So just after, Bondi Beach has beat Manly.
Wow. More
Big
walkable.
battle between the two. And yeah, look, so Manly, East Esplanade, the Ferry, Four Pines, Little Manly, drinking wine here a few times. And then you can see obviously where the Corso is and on that little heat map.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's your show. Walk score is very important for understanding your suburb, and if you're going to be buying in different parts of Sydney, search a walk score and educate yourself a little bit.
Yeah, and educate your buyers.
Well, that's right. Send them to there. You know what? We should maybe even have links to walk score for people so they can do their own searching for themselves. Help them out.
Yeah. So walkscore.com if anyone wants to use it. But
it's been a cracking of a show.
Elbow grease.
Yep. Nat, Pat, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. See you later.
Have a great day, everyone. I hope it helped you out with your walk scores. See ya.